Powered by AMD 3rd Gen Ryzen processors, the ROG Strix B550F gaming Wi-Fi provides first-class gaming features and style. The B550F Wi-Fi features a robust 12+2 DRMOS-teamed Power Stage VRM design with high-quality alloy chokes and durable capacitors to provide reliable power for the latest high-core count AMD CPUs. Fanless VRM and chipset heatsinks with our StatCool 3+ design keep your system running reliably under heavy load by enhancing passive cooling capacity for critical onboard components. For the best gaming connectivity, you get Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.1, and 2.5 gigabit LAN with Asus LAN Guard. You also get dual M.2 NVMe SSD slots, one with PCIe 4.0x4 connectivity, plus a USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C port and Thunderbolt 3 header. Our pre-mounted I/O shield makes installation a breeze, and with USB BIOS flashback technology, your system's firmware can be updated for next-gen CPUs using nothing more than a PSU and a USB flash drive. A pristine Supreme FX S1220A codec with DTS Sound Unbound and Sonic Studio 3 draws you deeper into the action. Communicate clearly with Asus AI noise-canceling mic technology. Asus exclusive AuraSync RGB lighting, including 2 RGB headers plus 1 Gen 2 addressable RGB header, let you make your PC's lighting uniquely yours. ROG Strix motherboards undergo an extensive certification program to ensure the very best compatibility with the widest range of components and devices. For a smooth build process, refer to our list of guaranteed compatible components. Ascend to next gen with the ROG Strix B550F gaming Wi-Fi.
Hello and welcome to the start of the final series for the XP Women's League. You're joined by the wonderful face for television, Alska, and myself, face for radio.
I'm sorry, who's been casting recently? Amazingly, might I add. That's a word, right? Amazingly? It's a descriptor.
Yes, amazingly is a word.
Yeah, I don't know. Anytime I sit, I was gonna say I sit in this chair, but I'm always in this chair. As soon as my face is on my screen, I just forget what is a word. But yes, as Kilo mentioned,
you forget the entire English language.
The dictionary just goes out, and I have no idea what's going on. As Kilo said, this is the start of the final series. We'll be having the semi-finals here right now, which is Overt, previously Skyfire, for those who are confused, against Fallen Angels, which will be such a great matchup. They were tied at the end, I think, just based on match point difference or round difference. Overt was second, Fallen Angels were third, so this is a match. This is as far as they go, this will be such a good one to watch. We'll be seeing 3 maps today. Here we have it. We have the finals bracket showing up. So on the other stream, you'll be watching Quacked v Wrens, which is, again, all these teams are great, and there's going to be amazing matchups the whole day today. So you'll really have something to watch. But we've got 3 matches. It's a best of 3, not like the rest of the season where it's best of 1. Sorry, I just got distracted by something. But yeah, can we bring up predictions as well, please? We did have some predictions before the game.
You're throwing to the prediction first.
Yeah, I want to see predictions. We'll look at the maps first after, but I want to know what everyone else said, because I have some theories. Thank you. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, a lot of, okay. I was looking at the bottom one first. I was looking at Fallen Angels, but of course. Look, I love just seeing your face, Kilo. I'm so proud to be the one standing alone. The one to defy us all. Right there, the big man himself. Okay, so...
Can we speak about the elephant in the room there? Blue Panda has decided that Quack is going to take all of it.
I wanted to see if it snuck through.
It's going to... He wants everything.
Quack will win everything. Panda doesn't matter what map it is. Doesn't matter. They're gonna win third. They're gonna win second. They're gonna win first. They're gonna win it all. Taking home everything.
Personally, I think Fallen Angels for this matchup.
Yep.
But Overt is definitely, well, they're second on the leaderboard. So Fallen Angels kind of the underdog, but. As you can see from the first matchup, I'm definitely one for rooting for the underdog.
We like
or predicting the underdog.
Well, yeah, your first matchup, you definitely, a first v fourth situation in most sports, in like almost every sport, you expect the first to take it out quite easily. But I don't know. Wrens have had time to practice. Everyone's had time to practice, but yeah, you might be right there, and I would love to see an upset. Look at all of our choices up there, and if we were all wrong except for you, I would be very proud. I would very much enjoy that. But yes,
it'd be good to see some Quacked action on the B stream as well.
Yeah, that would be good. That actually will bring them over here. We've never casted them before, so if they do happen to lose, we will cast them. Well, I won't, but we'll get to that later. So the maps that we're going to be seeing today, we'll be seeing 2 of them for sure. Maybe Coastline if it is a tie by the end of the first 2. Consulate, first up, I am surprised. I'm excited. Very surprised.
I'm excited. I was asked off stream, what 3 maps would I like to see? What 3 maps am I hoping? And my 3 answers were Cafe, Consulate, and Coastline. And 2 of the 3 made it through.
It's almost like you had a bit of sway, apparently. The big man himself. No, but I'm sure you had clacked on me. Yeah, sadly we don't get
Thank you, Will. Thank you, Will.
Or even though we're the better stream, they just don't seem to want to come over here. Unfortunately for us, but that's all right. We'll make them jealous over here, and then they'll join us. But yeah, I've never thought we would see Consulate this late into the season.
Unless something's going on where teams are saving maps. Yeah, I'm not sure, but possibly this could be a map that's been saved by Overt, previously Skyfire, for this particular time in the season.
I believe 4-1 picked it. Can we bring it back up? I just want to make sure that I'm right. I think Overt picked... No, the other one. There it is. Nope, I was wrong.
It was Fallen.
I was wrong.
No,
wait,
Fallen
attacking
did
first.
pick it.
Yeah,
You're right.
No, I was right.
You're right.
I read the wrong symbol the second time. There's a lot of symbols going around. So, Overt attacking first, though. Not choosing to defend, choosing to go on the attack. I feel like Consulate and Coastline have a bit of similarities as they're seen as frag-heavy maps. A lot of emphasis on the fragging potential, a lot of emphasis on getting in and having better aim than the other person on the other end of the barrel. Obviously, there's always going to be strats involved in Siege. It is Siege. That's what the game is based around. But I think that's what both the teams are going into this matchup preparing for. Oregon just right in the middle. You've got the strats to bring them out, but on either side of that game, we're going to see a lot of frags coming out. A lot of rifles, a lot of bullets, a lot of headshots.
A lot of more, I hazard to call it faster paced gameplay as well. Just Coastline can go very quickly if you're running and gunning and just going absolute balls to the wall at it. But, you know, that's getting ahead of ourselves. We still have 2 maps before that, and both teams have to win one apiece. But
yes,
I think whoever...
I hope we get there, but we'll see.
If they do take one apiece, I think it will favor whoever does better on that, the Consulate.
Yeah.
Whoever takes Consulate out, I think they're more likely to be the ones to then take out the Decider. That's just my little bit of prediction, just with the similarities between the 2 maps.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. Here we have some stats for the Angels coming up. These are new to show up, which I love to see. And right off the bat, you can see the fragging potential, particularly on Buddha, right in the center, right smack bang in the center. The KD on Buddha is insane. 1.61 is absolutely crazy. And the survival rate as well, going 42% with that high of a KD, it sort of tells you why the KD is so high. It's because she stays alive a lot of the time. But if you can stay alive and with that high amount of kills, you're probably going to win the round.
Her stats are also probably the most accurate, being based off the 420 rounds of all the combined seasons of XP Women's League that she has played. It's kill per round as well, 0.93, nearly 1 kill every round she sort of steps out of spawn. It's only...
Are you trying to do the math on the fly?
Yeah. I'm trying to do the maths on the fly. I realized it wasn't a percentage.
I hear your brain turning.
I realized it wasn't a percentage, and my brain just said, abort that. Don't bother.
I don't know what's going on. I asked you something before this started. I told you I was going to ask you something, and you've been worried about what it is because I made sure we would live for it. But it's fine. Trust me. I thought out of all the seasons we've played, all the rounds we've watched, same. Who has been your favorite player to watch? Out of what we've seen on stream, not in VODs, not in anything like that, what player has been your favorite to watch? And why? I mean, it might take a while to formulate an answer, and that's fine. It took me a while to formulate an answer. Yeah,
and you've given me, what, 30 seconds while you've been asking the question?
Yes. I'm happy to say mine's Lee from Fallen Angel.
Okay.
Constantly, you know, and a lot of people who know me know, I put a lot of emphasis on intel and communication. Whenever Lee plays, always on a drone, giving all the intel. You'll see she's always, not always, but a lot of the time, the one outside the map in safety, feeding the rest of the team everything that they need to take a site, to hold a site, to take a site, to do anything else in that round. Nothing happens at the start of the round unless Lee gives the information, as far as I can tell, and it's just amazing to watch. That's where my thoughts come from, because personally that is a huge emphasis for me, and it's just always amazing to see.
I've got like 5 or 6 different answers that have popped into my head over the time.
It's
I can't
tough.
decide
It
which
is tough.
one it is
It is very tough.
because it's all my choices are based off different things. They're generally based off who can bring a level of
Who
destruction
brings
and
the most
chaos.
chaos?
It's who brings the most chaos, and I'm thinking of a few players stand out.
That is
Ticked
true.
always bringing the Flores
Yes,
and being
always.
pretty destructive on the
I do
Flores.
think we'll see more because we're gonna see 2 games of Fallen Angels and Overt. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see some Flores. I'm calling it now.
Unless Flores is banned, because last week I think it was,
Sure.
we did have that target ban come out against the Flores.
Yeah, Angels are a team who are known to play the Flores because of Tick. So we could see that ban. You're right. That actually would be very devastating. I would be very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always talk about our offhand picks, our off-brand operators that we want teams to bring, but I don't think we're going to see too many of them today. It's the finals. It's the end. We might see some that have had a strat built around, but nothing.
I was going to say, I want to see Fuse or Finker.
I hate Finker.
I know you do. That's kind of why I want to see it, but
I don't know why I hate it so much, but I just do. Yeah, so
Finker is a very divisive operator with some of the non-intended buffs not becoming buffs.
You always play her and wait until I'm in a firefight and then trigger it, so I miss my shots because there's recoil disappears, and you are so proud of it. You hear me rage and you just start giggling like a little girl, like a little schoolgirl who just pushed me in some mud. I don't know.
I pushed the button, all right? I pushed the button.
You did. You always do. But it is fun. I'm not gonna lie. It is not the worst thing in the world. I'm trying to. Sorry if I seem a little distracted. I'm trying to get some white coming out to counteract the red coming off my screen because I'm looking very very red and very flushed. But we'll get through that.
And I don't have my other light on.
There you go.
I realize, so I'm turning that on.
You look
and that
beautiful as always.
will warm up.
I wouldn't worry. At the perfect time as well, as we're talking how gorgeous Kilo is, we are loading in very shortly. There it is. The fly-in. I never thought we would see this late into the season. This consulate flyby. Look at those amazing angles. Those omniscient windows that can watch everything from every angle. Oh, it's going to be a great game. I'm very excited to see what the teams have ready as Serenity. Just make sure that everyone knows she is Serenity.
Cat's reminding everyone,
Bring moss.
don't forget your moss.
That's very true.
Grass is preferred by Serenity.
Oh, it's very strange seeing the Overt girls now with Overt in the name. I just seen a lot of SKF, and now it's over. Get it? God, that was terrible. I'm done. I've just been told off by all the stuff, so we are done for today. I'm sorry, everyone. There it is. There it is.
I was going to say Defender bans, hoping that the Flores was not going to be banned, but Defender bans. Take a guess. I reckon Cade and...
I reckon Cade. Cade's too easy to play, to stop a lot. He's a very easy operator that can just stop every attack from every angle. So I reckon Cade maybe first, but nope, never mind. Maybe second. Valkyrie. Valkyrie is huge for those windows that we were talking about before.
Slightly worried about the Cade ban now not happening.
I will inform production we are seeing a mouse on the screen, and I've just used my... There it is. Thank you. But yes, I don't know. Maybe we won't see. Maybe a mute ban just to get rid of everything. But there's no. What?
Ooh.
Who banned that? Fallen. Oh my lord.
Ooh.
Oh, they can't see me, but I am. My brow. Oh no! Don't turn it back on. Ah. Oh no.
Full cam.
Full cam. Oh, I'm actually really mad. I love I didn't think we were going to see Clash here, but that just hurts.
See, I thought we were because I think it's L has been known to bring the Clash, and what a better map to play the Clash on than Consulate.
That's true. It is. It will be a very. It's a, Clash is strong everywhere. I'm going to put that out there. Don't at me. She's just a good operator, but a lot of people are disagreeing with me right now. But we're going to start off with a basement hold. Typically, you know, you'll either pick top floor or basement to start off with. Those are the two strongest sites, and then you'll toss a coin with the third one depending on what your team has paired earlier. But,
and Cade on the board, but not picked.
I'm flabbergasted. No, I think I get blinded a lot because I like my specific playstyle. My operators, I lean heavily into that Cade play personally. So whenever Cade isn't there, I just don't know what to do. But the mute filling in that role, with Lee taking that, and I'm assuming those mute charge or jammers are going on that wall to make sure they come down right now. Make sure that the mine won't be able to get over that wall, but there's a lot of soft destruction on the side of the attack to open up the floor above and just destroy everything that they can.
And they're off. We start the first round with the Overt Girls moving in and gaining knowledge on the site and the setup that Fallen Angels have put in. Serenity taking some shots from a spawn peak somewhere. Not sure exactly where that was from. Possibly one of those omnipresent windows that you were talking about earlier.
I'm telling you, I think that would have been outside of, the connection, con window from Az, I believe. That's where my guess would be, but I'm not too certain about that. That's the window that Serenity is worried about right now. Just hanging outside of.
On the upside down rappel now, looking for runouts, just making sure that there isn't anyone going to be sneaking up and causing some problems for her early on in this round. Already had some problems caused, but don't want any more. Az crossing over, taking a couple of shots from Serenity, knowing where she is now. Fallen as well, camping about on those yellow stairs. Peepo's in onto the short desk, looking for that shot, hits it. Az, first to fall in the game. By the hand of Peepo.
First in the series tonight. The best of three. First kill gone at the hands, but quickly
immediately traded
out.
back by Fallen, taking out Serenity and finishing the job that Az started. Knowledge is known that, well, knowledge is known, but
knowledge is known. That is why it is knowledge.
The Overt Girls knowing now that there is one on the yellow stairs, that call will have gone out almost certainly.
As the air jab knocks Fallen down, but not anywhere that the trade can be made out. But Buddha getting another kill on Chloe, taking that Nomad off the board. No more air jabs, so let's hope all three were already placed down earlier.
Free Fire's coming out from Peepo, looking to see if she can hit a cheeky little shot on someone that might be camping that Zulu angle.
Tick drops hatch. They knows that they're already in Piano, doesn't want to contest that anymore. Too much going on. Drops the hatch and gets out of there. Wasting a bit more time from the overt side as they do exactly what I thought before and clear up, take up all the floor. But there's 10 seconds left in the round. Not much can be done here. It has to be a full-on push. Go for frags, but the smokes are coming out now. Tick that was, and the shotgun, close range. Not much you can do there. That's 2 downs, 2 kills coming from Tick. They're right at the end. That's the first
and Buddha
round
sneaking
down.
One in the middle as well.
Right on the other side, that was spiral stairs, I think. Filtered down those stairs, not much you can do. Not that late into the round. That was really
when 10
great
seconds are left in the round, the smoke has dropped back onto site. Still with all 3 smoke babes left in the back pocket. There's not a lot you can do.
No, that was great work on the defense, just slowing them down. Slowing them down, getting a couple picks here and there, and scaring them enough so that the attackers just had to slowly take the whole map before they could even approach the site. And by the time that they could, all the defenders were already back on site. ready to take on the fight. And I think Ticked didn't rotate down the hatch because she was being pressured. I think it was, 30 seconds left. I've got 3 toxic canisters. I'm going to drop down, and then I can help out wherever I need to help out. I think that was the play instead of the pressure, because there wasn't too much pressure on that bathroom yet. They were in piano, but it was muted. It was reinforced off. Ticked was fully safe, but now I didn't even realize we're not going upstairs. We are going on split
we're
side.
actually going to the split site. The lobby, I don't know what this is called. Teller's Archives, I think this one is called.
Teller's servers, Teller's archives, yeah.
Teller's Archives, and a very interesting lineup of operators as well, with the Pulse for the below denial, 3 C4s being brought as Lee and Fallen herself.
Yeah.
With the Mirror and Maestro.
I think
well.
the Valkyrie would have been definitely played here. Maybe instead of the Melusi, maybe instead of the Mirror. Don't know exactly where, but you definitely want as much intel as possible for this site, because you can want to make sure you know exactly where those attackers are if they're already on site trying to plant, or if you can get a C4 from below. That's where the pulse comes into play. You just want as much intel as possible. As I say that, as spots the attackers trying to breach in through the garage, breach hole open, drones coming out, as there's a lot of pressure coming from that garage side. And yellow stairs in particular right now, for the attackers to just push in and take what they need.
Couldn't tell if I was just lagging there or if it was problems elsewhere. But I can now see that the 3 players from Overt, Cats, Peepo, and Clo, and L are all over that bottom yellow stairs.
And Serenity watching from piano, Chloe from Z, making sure that there's no roamers just going to come and scare those couple on yellow, so the rest of them can clear it out and make sure that the rest of the map is theirs.
It's very good to see the Overt girls really checking their angles, checking their corners, making sure that the team that's going in to clear of Peepo and Serenity are able to clear without the threat of being flanked. As I'm saying that, Fallen has found 2 at least on those spiral stairs with the Pulse heartbeat scanner.
Yeah, as you say, they are clearing the map quite well, the Overt, but is it too slow? That's what happened last round. They were able to clear the map, they were able to get through, they took out the roamers, pushed them back to site, but it was too slow, and by the time they could push, it was too late in the round. But now the Serenity pushing onto Az, taking it out, Buddha striking back, taking out Peepo, Fallen as well, taking out Serenity, making a 4v3 in the side of the defenders, which is not what you want, especially when it's 4v2 right now. Lee chiming in on the matter.
Just Chloe and L on a sliver of health. As I say that, L gets downed and taken out by Lee. Chloe is all that is left on a 1v4, 14 seconds on the clock still. Buddha comes in with the Maestro's Alda, misses the shots, and gets taken out by Chloe, padding her stats, looking for another one, not able to finish it off. Fallen Angels scatter, does finish one, and that's 0. I thought that Lee was going to run back up those stairs and not go for it, but unfortunate.
Buddha just, bit of what is going on right here in the chat. I am very confused. But
I can't tell if it's trash talking or a pickup line or something. Something's going on.
Is it good natured? Should I be calling it toxic? I'm not sure. Buddha, please explain. We are confused.
Please enlighten us.
Please enlighten us. We are mere casters who do not understand. We're a bit slow today. Yes, but I think right there, the time pressure really is affecting Overt right now. Every time I think someone looks up at the clock and says, oh, 40 seconds left, we haven't pushed, we don't know where they are, we don't have the intel of where operators are, where the defenders are sitting. We've got the rest of the map, but we don't know anything about site, and they just have to make a push. So they try to aggressively take different angles. It worked in some cases, and then it quickly gets traded out and leans heavily in the defense side. And by that time, not much you can do other than pad your stat, which Chloe decided, yep, I'm going to take 2 kills and add that to my resume. Right there.
I think a little bit, it would be a lot more warranted if Fallen were playing a lot more of that strong, hard roam game, but they're really not, especially on that last site. They were mostly on site, apart from, I think it might have been Lee that was off site,
No,
or
Lee was on site.
Still holding around that site area. If Fallen Angels were running that more aggressive roam, you would see a lot more of the clear be warranted, but we're not seeing that at the moment. We're just seeing a standard clear come out from Overt, and it's not what they need to do in these times. So I think a little bit more droning in the preparation phase, or precise droning in the preparation phase, would lead a lot of these time problems to not exist in the first place. So shot comes out from Serenity, an amazing angle there, taking out Az on the mirror, and that leads that admin area to be able to be taken relatively quickly and relatively easy by Overt.
I believe, though. But Serenity taking Ticked off the board as well. That's no more Mute on the board, no more Shotgun, I assume. And Buddha
manages to find both of those kills to equalize. Back at a 3v3, does get taken out by Cats, who swings in with that L85A2.
Chloe not happy with that air jab, just taking it out herself. No point leaving it there. As the pressure from the double window going out, thinking there's someone behind the bomb, and just clearing and shooting through the table just to make sure no one is. But right now it looks like 1 in connector and 1 on spiral. The rest of the team can converge. Try to make something happen.
Smoke Babe goes out.
That's 1 minute left, forcing out a Smoke Babe. That is a much better push by Overt in this round. A much more, a quicker attack. Not a lot of clearing, just taking out those on site, and it's working.
Well, they've done what I said, as L takes out Fallen as the one and only roamer at this point. Lee left to hold connector with 2 holding the cross. Cats manages to finish her off, and that's going to be the first round to Skyfire in this series.
A much better attack right there coming out from Overt. I think there wasn't too much in the way of some lols coming out as well, but too much in the way of roam clear because it was an upstairs hold, I believe. I'm not going to instantly say that that was a completely different attack and they've completely adapted until I see another round. Did I say Overt, didn't I? Sorry, I thought I said Overt. My bad. I'm falling back into my old ways.
It does say it everywhere. There's 5 people.
Everywhere, but I am
5
just
people with
thinking, I'm
Overt.
in my own head. As I was saying, I
Word
think
soup.
Attackers need to locate
I'll have to see this round to see if they've adapted to the defense that Fallen are throwing at them. But that's an upstairs attack, and there's not really you take control of the stairs, and the roamers are not much of an issue. You put up some air jabs, you get some cams going, and that's your own game done. You might have some cams downstairs to stop the pulse from below, but aside from that, you can take sight from completely upstairs.
Chloe has brought that Nomad again, which will mean that the stairs are a lot easier to control for Overt, but at the same time, it'll be interesting to see if Fallen Angels almost double down on their non-existent roam that they've had and go for that more aggressive roam, because you can waste more time from Overt not clearing as effectively now and thinking they've adapted, and almost double bluff them into using more time to try and find you on the roam. Ticked taking some chip damage. Looks like she was trying to get past the door as it was being opened up. Or just a pre-fire coming through from the window that may have been spawn peaked last time.
could have ended badly. It's the worst when you walk past a window at the wrong time and someone's just pre-firing, just making sure no one's spawn peeking, and one of the bullets goes astray and just knocks you right in the head. Luckily, that did not happen for the sake of Ticked, but I think that's a mirror up there as well, helping Ticked hold bathroom piano. That can just really stop any pressure. There it is, yep. But the wall's already open. L just walking in, taking out that wall. Not sure if the jammers were on that wall. I didn't see any reverse repels coming out. Maybe Peepo came in or Chloe through the yellow door and just took them out very quickly. But that is very efficient. 2 minutes remaining and the wall open. Now drones coming out as the attackers can just walk in through the garage, making sure, especially now that one C4 is out from Lee to no avail. I think a drone may have got destroyed by it, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that C4 was trying to get, as Az takes out Chloe from behind the mirror at the back of the bomb site. Serenity now trying her hand at it and peeking into the mirror's line of sight, not managing to find anyone right yet. But Az will know that Serenity is peeking that and may go for the swing and take her out.
The standoff, just everyone's sitting there watching those angles. Serenity
Smokes come out, and
there.
that'll allow L to move in and plant behind Black Car. But Serenity taking out the flank from Lee early. Smoke Babe does go out, but the diffuser is down. 40 seconds left for the defenders now to try and recover the bomb site and recuperate their losses on the frags. 4v2. 26 seconds before the diffuser goes down. That's one for Cats. Or another for Cats, I should say. Fallen, last one left. Swings the corner, but does not manage to find anyone.
Well, I think we're gonna see the different attacks coming out. That just sort of, it may be adaptation right here. Overt just knowing, well, if they're not gonna roam and we're clearing everything and they're falling back too quickly, let's just go for sight. Let's secure that tiny area and watch that diffuser. That's all we need to do. A lot easier from the garage, since you can open up the walls and just sit outside, and they have to swing into you, into your firing range, as a lion comes out to make sure maybe that those roamers stay in place as they attack site, if those roamers do come out in the end. No mute though.
Seeing the mute taken off, and that's usually a good way to counter that lion. The lion was not 6-picked onto either. So Fallen are going to know that a lion is potentially on the table.
After a fair few amount of rounds and no lion being brought, maybe the assumption that, oh, lion will probably be a 6-pick taken off the board was made, but you can never be sure, especially with Overt, who like to they just change up their operators throughout the match. You'll see a lot of teams just find, especially on Clubhouse, I find, which I know this isn't Clubhouse, but will find a stack of operators and bring that stack no matter the site, no matter what happens on attack, because you don't know what the defenders are going to do. They have time to plan for whichever site they want. You don't. You can make assumptions, but sometimes you just want to stick with what you know. Overt is comfortable switching between what they think and what they know and how they want to attack, as they all, it looks like all 5 seem to be going up the walls. Sooner or later to get that triple peek onto Ticked again on that mirror, which Cats has the tight angle, which might be able to get behind that shield. As
it was able to last time.
Yeah, there's the impacts coming out, the shots coming out. Ticked not able to get out safely. A lot coming out
just to put the final stamp on it.
At that point, I don't think the line does matter.
Send it off.
Shot at, you may as well just keep running. They know where you are. There's no point staying still. But does not matter. The line, the Sophia, and the sledge as well, I think, just pinning everything down.
Serenity confident enough to push in and pop the mirror early on in the round. Make sure that what happened last time doesn't happen again. There's another player didn't this time try to rotate back up and hold that mirror position. Vertical play will be coming out with Cats and Serenity laying out breaching charges and breaching hammers all over the place. Serenity will make good time pushing down onto that first floor. It's been some good drone work from the rest of Overt that has allowed a lot more fluid movement of the team. As I say that, a drone goes flying back into sight. Pre-fire does come out from the bottom of Visa stairs.
The drone just ensuring no one is on that site, but they know that there is a pulse below. So, Peepo getting a kill onto Budo in the meantime, but Al planting on top of the table where the pulse can't touch you. There can be some vertical play shots coming through the floorboards, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. As Lee doesn't know where the bomb's going down, Al was able to get the kill. But as trying to even out the numbers, bringing it to a 2v4. Fallen pings one, knows where one is with a heartbeat scanner from below.
C4 is in the pocket. Is it going to come out? It is. Not quite close enough and do no damage. Vertical play still being played on the top of those stairs. The foot is seen and Chloe finds a headshot onto Az.
L.
That is...
L found the headshot. That Fallen survived.
Found the headshot. Fallen survives the leg being hit and goes for a sneaky try into the diffuser. Catches L off guard, but with that much health left, it's one shot and you're over.
That's my team. Great work. There has been, I think it's safe to say it now, after 3 rounds, I wanted to see enough rounds to see if there was adaptation from Overt, and I think we've seen it. I think it's safe to say. But as I say, adaptation, Fallen, bringing out Lobby, bringing out a different site that we haven't seen yet. They went to their 3, now they're bringing out their 4th. Not bringing the mirror, but instead having a castle strat come out. I'm very excited to see where these castles go.
Not many teams will, not many teams will try and prepare for all 4 sites. But if Fallen have prepared for all 4 sites, it really throws Overt completely off. It's one of those chaotic picks, not necessarily an operator, but going for the 4th site is chaotic enough that it might just throw Overt for a loop a little bit more, and there's a bit of vertical play coming out for Fallen Angels.
I think we'll see some castle barricades coming up upstairs to support that vertical play. It does look like Brutus is connected. Those legs were just moving, but nope, back there, and there they are. There's the barricade. Only one was placed downstairs, I think, at spiral stairs, at the bottom of spiral stairs. There it is. So the rest might be going above, helping out that vertical play. As Lobby Piano is known for vertical plays, the hatches, the soft floors everywhere. You can watch a lot from above. And we'll see. And this may lean into the favor of defenders bringing an unknown map, but before Overt did adapt, they were happy clearing out the rest of the map to get to the site. So,
but they didn't have the time on their side when they were doing that full clear. So if they do try and go, oh, it's an unknown map, we don't know how they're going to play it, let's feel it out and let's clear the whole thing again, that could fall to Overt's detriment.
Yeah, as Fallen's waiting for a hatch to be broken, but nothing yet. There it is. But the Lion scanning coming out and knowing where that castle is. Fallen's just going to drop off that as the skylight angle gets created from above. But Peepo droning out that theater room from the double window as well. This top floor is being completely droned out. We have cats already above. All this information is coming out. Az is the only one left upstairs. Lee close behind on the stairs. But not much in the way of defender utility upstairs. And there it is, Serenity taking out Az, claiming ownership for Overt for the upstairs hold now. Now, to see how the defenders can adapt with this, with 1 minute 30 left. Huge advantage going to the attackers, taking out one and a huge chunk of the map.
Fallen going for a late rotate down into basement. Well, I say late, it's 1 minute 20 seconds left on the clock, 1 minute 15 now. And some of Overt have not actually made it inside the map.
There we
Vertical
go.
is being opened up. Serenity holding angles, but no overt player has stepped foot on the first floor yet.
This is the moment of truth for most teams. Taking upstairs for this hold isn't too difficult. You can scare off a lot of players from just taking a couple of rooms upstairs. It's getting on site and being able to plant safely is tough when everyone's bunkered down somewhere that you can't see from vertical play. As I say that, Serenity takes out Buddha, taking out one of those bunkered players. I think that was from Z. So not quite bunkered. Yep, coming back to site, but Fallen really close to Serenity right now.
Lee falling to L, the Thermite of L. Left down to Fallen, who is sitting down in that yellow stairs spot and ticked, playing on that smoke, which is still a very powerful operator and has rotated, at least I thought, rotated some of the utility, but no, it's going to be a flawless round for Overt, finishing off the rest of Fallen Angels.
There it is.
Now it's the split. We find ourselves at a 4-2 half in favor of the attackers.
As we were mentioning before, it is seen, Consulate and Coastline are seen as frag-heavy maps, which does tend to lead to the side of attackers. Although, I will say, with Fallen bringing the map, this is Fallen's pick. I did expect to see a few more defense rounds for them. As you could tell that they did prepare these sites, they did prepare these maps. They wanted to come here. They chose it. It's their map. But Overt just knowing how to take it and adapt to those strats.
In the same vein, though, it could be picked so as to not allow Overt to have too much preparation done on their own site. So we could see a lot stronger of an attack come out from Fallen Angels, be that a lot of ranked play and knowing the basic, simpler strats that Overt might have to pull out if they don't know this map as well.
Yeah, and no Cade again. Nothing. No Cade. I'm very sad my Cade isn't here. But we do have a IQ on the side of the attackers, which we didn't see brought from Overt. Which makes it a lot easier to clear out those mute jammers and basically everything.
We did see it once in round 3, but it wasn't as round 3 or round 4. One of them might have been round 2. We saw it. Pulse was brought one of them, and they 6-picked onto the IQ.
Oh yes, that would have been for the split hold.
Yes.
Yes. Yep. That's
so
right.
round 2.
As the attackers seem to... I'm trying to figure out where those defenders are. Oh, they are upstairs. Okay. We're seeing through the floor. As the attackers seem to be wanting to take upstairs control first and work their way down, but Cat's holding an angle onto that window very tightly, waiting for the right moment just to pop head. It's so close right now. The angle is just...
Looking for the regular rappel there. But I believe it's
ticked on the
Fallen.
other side of that.
Or is it ticked?
Yeah.
Ticked on the other side of that. There's the head. Doesn't manage to find it, but Buddha does find Serenity, and that's the Jaeger off the board relatively quickly. And one of the biggest fraggers that Overt have in Serenity. Buddha looking for a second there as I think that was L crosses over and dips down into the basement side.
I think that was Cats returning to site.
Air jab going off as well, making sure that those stairs can't be used again to flank later in the round. Or at least not with any ease. It'll be with great difficulty.
Great difficulty. You tried inching your way through a doorway to make sure that you can get an air jab before it knocks you down. It's annoying. And you're exposed for a very long time.
It's difficult.
It's difficult. But Al taking as off the board.
With the C4, that's the buck off the board pretty early on. I don't know how much vertical was opened up. Was it enough to get rid of the... No, but it will go down now. Ticked, falling down. Not quite able to be finished off by the rest of Overt. Fallen coming in to revive. Buddha sending it down yellow stairs just that little bit. Checking for anything that's... needs to be opened up. The sightlines have been opened up by Lee on that Habana.
30 seconds left.
Looks like they're going
seem to be watching and waiting for the right moment to strike, but Buddha trying to get a pick by swinging and just spraying through, but the angles are held too tight. Lee taking some damage outside of that breach, I think from L, from behind White Van, as it looks like 3 guns are pointed towards that breach.
Shots ringing out from Chloe, not managing to find a shot, but L picking up where Chloe could not. L taking 2, and Chloe redeeming herself and picking up the last shot of the round.
Now, I'm wondering if that mirror was opened from an attacker coming down Spiral, because I didn't see any attackers take out the...
I think it might have just been opened.
Yeah, I think that's a defender mirror that they opened. That was on purpose. The Jackal coming out. Oh, I'm so happy. I love Jackal. But, yes, about the previous round. L just being able to push back onto White Van. I'm sorry, Fallen. I shouldn't have said anything. That's my bad. I thought we were going to see Az on the Twitch, to be honest.
Oh no, we're
mind.
back.
Thank you. She took
We
my...
now return to our regular programming.
Yeah. Oh god. That I'm happy again.
Your apology. She heard your apology and goes, right, fine.
Fine.
Take the Jackal. Just this time. just because I'm nice. Just this once.
Yes.
You do it again and I'll be cross.
I don't want Fallen to be cross. That's scary. That'll be very scary. I would be destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. As there seems to be a bit of a lull in loading right now. Someone may... Yeah, there it is.
No, it was definitely not just you. There we are.
There it is. Okay. Cool.
Kicking off the 6th round. Our 8th round. 6th if Overt wins it. And 3rd.
Going to see
Fallen.
where the 6 came from.
Yep.
Now I get it. Okay.
I worked it out. I was looking at the wrong number. No, round 8.
Round 8.
Potentially.
Yes.
Match point for Overt. And the start, or potentially the start of a comeback from Fallen.
We may see a sweep yet, a reverse sweep, with Fallen coming all the way back. I think if we're ever going to see overtime, the final series is the time that we're going to see it. So,
the last time these two teams met, it did go to overtime, and it ended up with Fallen Angels' favor 8-7 or 8-6, something around there.
Maybe, hopefully, for our sake, we see it again. For the team's sake, they probably don't want to do that, and they want to just win it out early, not have to go through all that stress and that time, but we kind of want to see it. It's going to be fun to watch. As Fallen Angels just take upstairs again. They're pulling a lot of what the Overt team did on attack, with clearing out the rest of the map, then getting down to site. But Overt also bringing a split site as their second. I don't play much Consulate because I don't like it. It gets banned in ranked a lot and in competition. I just stay away from it. But it seems to me like everyone's comfortable with playing the split site now. The meta has adapted enough, and people know what to do and where to hold. Especially with a Rooney coming into the mix, it seems. But yeah, it seems like people are happy with that vertical play, with bringing a Pulse, bringing a Maestro, or like in Overt's case, they didn't bring a Maestro, but bringing all that intel. I still don't like the map.
I think it's more important for holding up, but Buddha finding the opening kill onto L, and that's the Jaeger off the board early once again. Last time it was Serenity, this time it's L. 2 players. Is that operator just cursed for Overt as the opening death?
It does seem that way.
But as I was saying, and I've forgotten what I was saying now.
Opening. I think for opening angles. Is that where you're going with that?
No, it wasn't opening angles. It was... No, I remember what it was now. Holding this split site is very much a coordination thing. If you have a coordinated team, you're going to be able to hold this site a lot easier. As Serenity takes out Buddha and then falls to Az. Very quick trade-off that comes out in the favor of Fallen Angels. All they have to do now is trade it out, and they will survive with 1 player remaining. But if you have a coordinated team, you're able to or you're able to hold this site a lot more effectively than if you don't have as coordinated a team.
Plant going
And
down.
I think that is a little bit of the case here when you look at the meta for ranked and you look at the meta for competitive. It's a lot easier to hold this site with a well-oiled machine of a team rather than a couple of randoms and your mates.
I don't know. We're a pretty well-oiled stack when we play. There's no terror.
We're also a
players.
couple of randoms and mates as Az finds Cats, gets re-swung on by Peepo. Chloe finding Lee as well. Fuse coming out.
And able to convert right there.
Pros don't fake,
Pros do
everybody.
not fake, especially when you've got a Peepo watching your shoulder. You should be fine to finish that defuse. I don't think Tick knew the defuse was coming up. I don't think she knew that she had to get on site really quickly. The angle of where that diffuser was planted just was in the right spot, so the counter diffused could duck the head a little bit behind the counter as well. So the angle was just a bit off, but are you seeing what I am seeing right here, Kilo?
I am, and I'm loving it.
All right, let's not mention it until it's picked. Oh,
yeah,
it's been ticked.
It has.
It has. Ladies and gentlemen,
As
we are seeing
flicking
a
over to the
warden.
Twitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a warden.
That's my warden.
That's your guy.
That's my main man.
Oh, and we're playing. I was so focused on the warden, I didn't see what site we were playing. This makes sense now. A smoke plant is very common for lobby piano. If you can get away into the site on either of the doors or any of the doors. Smoking down the site, just putting the bomb down in the middle of the smoke, then figuring out how to hold it from above or from outside a window is generally the way to play, is a good way to play. But with the warden,
it would have been nice to see the warden 6-picked on, because Over didn't use the 6-pick. If they use the 6-pick, it's a lot easier to tell. You know, it's a lot harder to tell which site they're going to, but at this stage, not feeling like they need to, rather get the operators in and save that 6-pick for someone who needs to.
There are
There's
6 smokes on the side
L.
of the attackers right now. 6 smokes.
And they brought an extra 2 with Az flicking over from, I believe it was Ash, who doesn't carry smokes, onto the Twitch, who does, with a relatively similar gun.
I have a feeling we're going to see some warden play here. If the smokes are used the way they should be, we probably will, unless that one's taken out early. There might be some use right here.
Well, they've decided not to go with the cursed operator of the Jaeger.
Yes.
And we might not see an opening pick for Overt, but C4 in hand, Serenity looking for that player on the upside down rappel on the double window.
The head almost going to poke through every breath. Oh, right now would work. Right now would work. Oh, there it is.
A little bit. C4 goes out, does not manage to land, but does do quite a bit of damage. Frag and response in hand, does land and does take the kill. Ticked, finishing off Serenity. And that is explosive trade for explosive, and one of them just managing to do the job a little better than the other. Pre-fire coming out on the window, looking for that refrag. Not finding anyone going for it. Cat still playing upstairs and still trying to hold that ground down. Holding,
as you say that.
Not even holding that angle, going, nope, there's too many up there. Nope. Let me just reassess
Not even holding the angle, and zipped out through that hatch. I was going to mention how there's a hatch right next to us, so it's safe to hold that until you need to pull back. But yep, that's it. That's enough.
Deciding that that's enough.
That's enough for now. Cat's just getting out of there.
Let's move on. But Buddha falling to, I believe that was someone on yellow stairs.
Like
it was.
Cats. I'm not pretty sure the outline.
It was Cats re-aggressing onto that yellow stairs, but Az is going to listen to the call out from the teammate and take her out. That puts Fallen up 2 players.
Although there are 2 very injured on the side of Fallen. Those 2 need to play very, very passive, I would say.
Chloe having taken some damage as well. C4 goes out, destroys the shield, and does more damage than good for L. That's Chloe out, and that thus ends the story of the Warden. Peepo, last one on the board, does find Fallen, looking for a third. or a second, sorry, as looking for a third for overt. Buddha plant coming down on
Not
ping.
able to get the hit through the desk. Prone comes out.
Diffuser is planted. Vertical play happening. Peepo's just got to make something happen from that doorway or go around, reaggress quickly, which is what she has chosen to do. Looking for that player that is playing in lobby or circle desk. Ring around the Rosie, not quite seeing the shot.
There's one
Does
right above
see it
too.
the second time. Finding Buddha for the second. Looking at the vertical angles, looking at the stairs.
Oh, as the angle
Goes
switch.
for the diffuse. And ticked. Finishing her off. One for ticked.
Almost like a very good attempt right there from Peepo. Trying to take back that round and claw it back. But when you're on that low health with that many vertical angles, all of them watching that diffuser location, if she managed to pull something off there, that would have been crazy. That would have been
Incredibly impressive, but
very impressive.
alas, it is not to be.
It was not to be. I thought that was a great round for explosives, though. We saw Serenity try to
Explosives
take
are
out
the real
Tick.
winners.
Then Tick's like, I'm not happy that you just exploded that in my face. Here, take one back, and just a little more accurate at the time, but was able to get the kill. And then I think it was L trying to C4 vertically and just taking out her own shield. The C4 radius is just too big for that.
It was a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is, and
I will
it
remind everyone,
happened.
we are on match point. If Overt can take one more defensive round, that is the first map done and dusted right there. So we may see the reverse sweep come out here. Fallen did seem very well organized on that site. It's not the strongest site though. It's not picked first for a reason. It's not picked second for a reason. Unless you're in a stack of randos or mates where you're like, oh, let's just have some fun with it. You don't see it in the strongest sites on this map. So I do believe Fallen need to really push hard to bring this back and swing it the other way.
And it was picked fourth.
It was picked fourth, yes. I think Fallen just whenever, sorry, not Fallen, but did Overt pick it last as well? Fourth?
That was their third,
I
because
don't
this
think
is
they've been
round.
Have they been upstairs?
This is round 10, so yes, they've gone 3, and that was third.
Yep. Okay. So I don't think they've.
They have not been upstairs
they've
yet.
decided to go upstairs. Interesting. Not happy with their upstairs hold. Maybe Fallen waiting for that upstairs hold to. Never mind.
L
Doesn't
falling
matter.
first to Az. The twitch of Az.
I like how Az was
Buddha.
droning herself in, or initially as a Twitch, you're trying to get rid of anything that you can, but saw L just out of position and able to swing that door, but the Malusi coming down, Cat's coming down those Visa stairs. We might see a kerfuffle happening very soon.
Az does know that there is a player on these Visa stairs, whether through droning or sound cues. Buddha gets a second one onto Serenity. Risky move by Cats, trying to swing back onto site. It does not pay off. She is downed now on site with Az watching over for the revive. Finished off by Ticked. Alda, if there's a gun you want to clutch with, it's the Alda, but unfortunately Az taking out Peepo for a flawless round. Is this just a game of who can adapt quicker and who can adapt better?
That was the round of Az right there. Going in, taking out one, going in a little further, taking out two, and then finishing it off as well. But obviously, on the other side of the map, the rest of the team getting into position. So even if Az didn't pop off as she did, the rest of the team were there to back her up. But Az just showcasing exactly what she can do right there. And that is correctly. That is Az. That is
This floor
Az.
here is made out of floor.
That is correct. As is Az. Az is not made
Mind
out of
the
floor,
door,
but Az is
please.
made of Az.
No. The floor is made out of floor.
Oh god! All right, and we'll be seeing the split side again. I really think Overt do not want to go upstairs. They're going through every site, making sure that upstairs Is it where they go? Maybe.
Unless it's taken out like, the very last round for the overtime or...
Well, you never want to prepare for an overtime strat. You never want to prepare a strategy.
No,
for
I'm more saying it'll be brought out when it's 5-6 and it's either they take it out or they go to overtime. They'll bring out that top site. This is assuming that Fallen Angels win this round of the split site and are able to adapt once again.
I see what you mean. So it's sort of like, well, the rest of the sites haven't worked. Let's just do it.
Or more, this is a strong site. We only need to win one round. Let's just sort of try the other ones, and then we can maybe save it if we make finals.
Right, maybe. Yeah, there's a possibility there. I think in the semifinals, you do still want to bring out.
Because
if you're 4-6, you want to take the last round.
But you did mention as well earlier that this is Fallen's map, and Overt look very comfortable on it.
They do.
So I think they may have prepared it, and they may have wanted to save this for the final series as well.
As takes out those mute jammers and spots a Peepo, but Peepo taking out the drone after a little bit of running away. And it looks like, well, I see 4 of the attackers getting ready for that yellow garage push. And I think the 5th is on the other side. I'm not too sure exactly where the 5th is, but somewhere. Oh, there's Lee on the drones, giving the rest of the team comms and knowing exactly where everyone is. Oh, there's all 5 of them, yes. As some shots went out, hitting Fallen. In that Zulu location from Serenity, from Spiral, I believe.
It was. Serenity just sneaking up and seeing who she could see. Did find a Fallen, but not managing to find the kill. Buddha being the first kill to Serenity, who we were just talking about there. On those Visa stairs, I believe. Ticked has now... A couple of players from Fallen Angels now pushed into that garage kitchen. Heartbeat scanner going out.
Nothing.
Looking for any players that are... As finding Serenity, and that is Serenity's Reign of Terror over, being immediately traded out by Chloe onto Fallen. That's the end of the Jackal. The Roamers can now breathe a little bit easier. Lee falling to Cats as Prefire swings in and looking with pistol out. Ticked, picking a very interesting place to reload as L just unloads with the SMG-11 as finding one onto Chloe, meaning that
Diffuser
going to be
is
down
in
to
the
one
worst spot right now for the Angels.
1v3 as on a sliver of health against 3 relatively healthy Overt players.
25 seconds left. Not much Az can do. Has to check every angle as she went off site for a little bit just to reload and reconvene herself. But Peepo holding a close angle, but L takes the kill as well. From the other side with that SMG-11. And that's good half. Well, it's a good third. It could be good half. We don't know yet. That is a beautiful Mozzie skin.
Well, it's good half until overtime comes out, but that's why it's overtime, because it's not a half.
That is true. I suppose that is correct. It's good half. GH. I like that Mozzie skin. And there it is. Serenity and L, as well as going double digits right there. But at the end of the day, over. See, I always end games like this. I told you. I don't even mean it.
Did someone point that out to you, or did you just do some self-reflecting one day and go...
I realized I always look at the scoreboard. I'm like, oh yeah, well, let's read that. And then it flicks back to me. I'm like, I just look like a weirdo. I don't know what I'm doing now. But
I think it's because you do it when you play as well. You finish the game, you put your hands... You put your hands behind your head and you go, yep, I did well, or yep, I didn't do as well as I would have liked.
Yeah, it's reflection. It's how I do my reflection.
And then when you're the host and we're trying to get you to get us back into the menu, you're sitting there with your hands behind your head, not on the buttons.
I don't know when that was. I don't know what you're talking about. I never did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, that was Overt's. It's weird. It was Fallen's map, but it was Overt's game. They just it took them a bit, and I was worried. I thought after Fallen brought them there, they must have been screaming and practicing that map for as long as they wanted. They wanted to come here in the finals. They wanted to throw people off. But after Overt adapted, they were almost unstoppable. They knew what to do. They countered everything really well. I think after the team started working together as a fluid motion, that adaptation just came too easily, and Fallen just couldn't react to that adaptation. You got to adapt to the adapt, you know.
Well, we did see Fallen Angels decide to adapt a little bit towards the end and nearly bring it back to an overtime match, but unfortunately it didn't go there. Well, unfortunately for us and unfortunately for the viewers as well, they didn't go to that point, but for the players, that may be fortunate as they will be slightly fresher for the next map, which will be Oregon.
Ooh.
A map we've seen quite a bit in this season from the girls, bringing Oregon, Clubhouse, and Villa have been the main three. Well, I've cast a lot of Villa.
You've cast. I wonder why. Maybe you ask for it.
Maybe I like it.
Can I see a Villa tonight? I've seen your Twitter posts. I know what you do. I don't blame you though. The more I've casted it, the more I realize it's a good map, and I don't mind it.
It is a good map.
It is very good.
Chalet is the other one that we've seen a lot of this season.
Which I still don't know how I get lost in that map. I'm casting it. I'm like, they went through a door. There's a door there. When is there a door there?
The calls aren't quite as crisp as some of the other maps that we do play a bit more and cast a bit more. But Oregon, for our next map, we're going to go to a short break and we will be back with that map. So stick around, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, and settle in for the next map.
some light when ashes dropping down. We step aside. I'll run away with you to see some light when ashes dropping down. We step aside. Smoke is scanning to the sky. You can't believe your senses. You think you've seen it all until you open your eyes. I never wanna be alone. This place is cursed. I want you to never leave my side. I run away with you to see some light when ashes dropping down. We step aside. We dream of feeling something. I want you. I know we both escape to lose the ground. The world we used to know is burning down. We're always strong enough to build our own. We've been running for ages to search some light. I want you. I know we both escape to lose the ground. We've been running for ages to search some light. We can feel every day after running for nights. We feel so alive.
Hello, everyone,
Hello.
and welcome back.
You are out of
Welcome
focus.
back. I am out of
I'll
focus.
tell you that now, so you can. Hi. I can do that too.
There we go.
There you go.
It's
Cool.
worked. I'm back in focus.
Yes. No. Welcome back. So, just to recap for anyone who has just joined us, we are in the semifinals of the XP Women's League tournament, and we just watched Fallen Angels and Overt go head to head. Thank you. Beautiful, right there. Just saw Overt take on Fallen Angels, where Overt were able to take out Consulate of all maps, which I was shocked by, and Fallen did pick. So the fact that that went Overt's way leaves a bit of wonder in the air. I don't know if we're going to see Coastline, since now we're moving on to Overt's map. So you don't know.
But at the same vein, you know, Overt might have had some really good strategies for Consulate, but they might not know what Fallen have got prepared for Oregon, which is going to be our second map.
Yes.
We do have some stats. We went over some of the stats for the Fallen Angels girls before the first match. If you want to go back and take a look at that after our entire cast, don't move away from that. But we have the Overt stats up here. Cats hasn't got any stats posted for the XPWL seasons,
But she did play well, I'll tell you that much.
She is playing incredibly well, especially from that last map as well. I think the standout stats here are both Chloe and Serenity.
Oh yes, definitely. The pair right there, I think survival rate is huge, and above you'll see a lot of averages around 20 to 25. Chloe's double that. We saw Buddha before, who was on 60, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But anything above 30, I think, is really impressive. But I went straight to L with a kill per round of 0.92, which is obviously at least, you're almost a kill per round, which is huge. And Siege, sometimes you get picked off straight off the bat. It's just the nature of the beast with Siege. You're not always going to get a kill on a round, but with L, you can be pretty damn certain that something's going to go down. Even with that survival of 22, it just means a lot of aggressiveness, I suppose, to confirm that kill before that survivalness kicks in. But it's very strange to see Cats in the center with all zeros, because I was going to say it's a very well defined team with a lot of impact. You see the survival, the kill per round, the KD is very, very good. Even on you got Peebo here on 0.9 right now, which I think she went positive in the game. I'm not too sure, but it doesn't matter. Yes, did. So that didn't reflect last game, but that's still really good for an average in a tournament when you're playing against some really amazing players. Having a 0.9 KD is still very impressive. So since that's the lowest in the team, it really shows how good Overt can be. And we saw that in the last round. The adaptation, when they all working together, everyone was doing what they needed to do. It just goes their way.
It was a good map for them, and hopefully we either see another good map for them, but I hope it's just a good game, and I hope it's a close game. But I think Fallen may bring some things out that we may not have seen. But I think, looking forward into this map, what do you think the bans are potentially going to be? Well, the win percentage is definitely showing it as the Overt as a favorite to win this one, just on their own past history on Oregon.
They did bring them here for a reason. They are confident on this map. They know how to work it, but since they've been playing it a lot, that's at least 4. You know how percentages work. It could be 4, it could be 8. It's 4. It's 4 games that they've played. There's a lot of research potential for Fallen Angels to go in and figure out what Overt do, and quickly have the counter strats ready to see if a strategy is coming out. They can switch it around. Hi casters, hello Cats, we see you there. Hello Peepo.
Hello Peepo.
Hello everyone. Hello Mouse that is over the chat. Oh look, I'm actually really
I thought that was mine again.
No,
Yeah.
I'm actually the mouse is going crazy. I am very hello user TM. I guess that's someone in chat. I'm touched. We are not forgotten. We're never forgotten. Yeah. Players are amazing. as the Thatcher ban comes out, and they just keep going. The chat just keeps going.
Are we going to see a Flores ban?
I was gonna say it beforehand, but I didn't know. I was like 80% certain, but whenever I'm 80% certain, it never happens. So I think Ticked in particular, but Fallen Angels in general, play Flores extremely well on Oregon.
It's showing
on every map
a lot
on
of
Oregon.
It's showing a lot of respect to Fallen Angels. It's showing that yes, we can see what you've done. We know how you play. We're just going to try and stop that a little bit with banning that Flores out and making sure that you can't properly use that to its full potential. Mirror ban coming out as well,
which Overt used a lot in Consulate. And there's my disappointment. I didn't want to suspect anything, but we're not going to be seeing a clash today.
Once again, I think that's to target out L, and I think it's also to target, was it Serenity? Someone was saying in chat there, one of the players.
I think Overt just are happy playing the clash. Who knows? Maybe they were pulling the big brain strategy of playing clash enough until they get banned, until she gets banned against them. And
shout out for Zero Prince and all of the Radical girls who are probably watching in chat and unfortunately didn't make it to the finals, but it is what it is. Come back next season and have another go.
Exactly.
And that goes for all of the teams.
Honestly, all the teams.
That was Viking and Viking Army, Radical Rebels, the other one that I'm trying to think of, and now I feel really bad.
You feel really bad? Are you talking about grapes?
I am talking about grapes, yes.
Of course, you gotta talk about grapes. So yeah, all the teams that...
Sorry, Cheese, if you're watching.
Cheese is gonna be mad at you.
Yeah, I know.
And if you guys are in chat, if everyone in chat, I would say, you'll see our amazing production team just put up a little poll of who you guys think are going to win. We make all our predictions, but it's your turn to jump in. Who do you think you're going to win this map? This is probably 3-4 minutes out from where it was actually posted, so scroll up a bit if you didn't see it. It'll be there. And just have your say. But right now, we're going into the game. We are seeing the basement to start off, not upstairs, as I spoke in Consulate. You'll generally have two maps at the start, which are your preferred, two sites at the start, which are your preferred sites, and you'll see those being brought out first. They're generally interchangeable, and here we see basement being brought out first. But Serenity going straight in and taking out that hatch, which generally is reinforced. It allows a lot of line of sights from the stairs to clear out laundry below, and allows the attackers to claim a lot more area of the map very quickly, and pushes someone like Bruder, who was in laundry below, out of that area with that hatch being opened. I'm not sure. There it is. There's the hatch being opened. I was gonna say it wasn't opened yet, but now it is.
Just a pre-placed breaching charge.
Which could have been shot if there was cameras or intel for that.
You don't hear about a pre-placed breaching charge very often, and very, very rarely does a breaching charge, pre-placed or not, get a kill. Cats, knowing that Fallen is somewhere in there, holding the angle, but falls off it just at the wrong time, as does go down to Serenity, and will be finished off, but a quick trade will come over, and Fallen will get the kill onto Serenity. That leaves two players. When the dust has all settled, two players from Overt trying to pick up the pieces of what was looking to be quite a decent push.
There was a team kill there. I would like to preface that I believe Chloe killed Cats or L. I was too shocked. I don't...
That'd be why the Malusi was allowed to escape through the security room, but that is, we'll have to go back and have a look at that. Someone put in chat who it was, but
wow,
with Ticked playing close on that smoke.
Come out.
There is still a minute left on the clock, so if Chloe and Peepo do want to go round and try another aggression point, they can. Doesn't look like it, with utility being sunk into That
Nice shot
freezer
there from
push.
Chloe.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
Fallen taking out Peepo, but Peepo managing to trade it out with Fallen. Chloe left on 5 health. Ticked and Lee both with full, watching the cross. Lee finding the shot onto Chloe, finalizing that first round.
Yeah, I think Fallen just genuinely wanting to really, you know, after the hurt that you would feel after another team takes your map, wanting to dish it right back and take Overt's pick and take the map. I think the decider for how this map will play out will be done on attack. If a team can really disrupt the defense of another team on what's genuinely, that's the wrong word, generally, that's the word, seen as a defender-sided map, you've obviously got it. But right here, when the stakes are high, where if Fallen drop this map, that's them. They're moving and fighting for third. They're no longer going for the grand final. It's huge for them right now, and they really want this, and they are going to prove how much they deserve their position and how much they deserve to move on to the grand final.
I believe that we're getting confirmation from the players that it was L. That
It was
foul
L.
of Chloe's stray bullet.
I am very confused of what Chloe may have been shooting at, maybe making a rotate, maybe just pre-firing through a wall. I really want to see that positioning, but I guess I'll have to check the VOD myself, which I will do, because
Do it
that
later.
is... Yes, I
Do
will
it
do it
later,
later.
because we're casting.
We're casting, damn. And I don't think the VOD will be up while we're live, just quickly. I could clip and go back. Yeah, anyway, as taking some bullets very quickly, I don't think it was from a spawn peak or a counter spawn peak. I could be wrong, but definitely through the main door, and as just falling straight back to sight, making sure that her life is spared as Peepo drones out Serenity and Chloe on the big tower, and Serenity going straight up into T3.
She's picked the Jaeger. Just want to point that out.
Oh
Ian.
my god!
Don't want to say.
You
Don't
are
want to
correct.
say there's a. Don't want to say there's a curse on Jaeger for these teams, but I think there's a curse on Jaeger for these teams.
I actually think you might have a point, as Fallen is stuck in Armory while Serenity holds that angle, which is no longer. So Fallen is no longer stuck in Armory, but if that is known that there is a player in Armory, a pinch could very easily come out from the Armory stairs and tower window. But Peepo just opening up the window and checking what can be done from this window. As the Maverick, the line of sight has been created for Serenity to look through, and the hole coming out for those to crawl through. But L
Buddha
being
finding
taken
an
off the
early
board.
kill onto L, and that is the Habana off the board. That's a big pick for Fallen Angels. Looking for a second one now. I believe that is Serenity on the... No, it wouldn't be Serenity. It'd be Cats, wouldn't it?
Yes. That is
Or am I
correct.
completely wrong and it's Chloe? Either
It's
one.
Cats. It's Cats. That's Cats.
Ticked does find Peepo in that attic play, but Serenity with the trade-off to Buddha. And that is going to... She's going to push straight on through, take out Ticked, playing on that shield, looking for the player that's playing behind Bunks, does know that she's there. That's Lee. The MP... the SMG-11. Good flick onto Az.
Almost another team kill almost coming out, but not quite. As Fallen can get a nice flank coming here, but no, it's shut down as Lee takes it down onto Serenity and confirming the kill right there. 1v2 for Lee right now and not able to convert as Chloe swings around to the bomb chassis and just takes her out.
Had a bit of difficulty being able to get through that rotate just for a second there, but did manage to find her way through and managed to find the kill onto L, I believe it was. No, Lee. I'm going to get those two mixed up. I'm going to get those two mixed up.
They're on different teams.
Yeah, but they've got L's and E's. Both of them have at least one L, and both of them have two E's in their name. It's
What about
confusing,
Fallen,
okay?
who's got 2 L's and 1 E?
Yeah, but there's also an N and an F in there.
And an A. The
Yeah,
Cade,
sure.
my favorite. I love the Cade.
And he's been 6-picked onto. It's going to be
Very
Secret
sneaky
Cade.
like that.
Sneaky Cade. Secret
Sneaky
Cade.
Cade, yes.
They have elected to go the upstairs site again.
which could lean again. It could lean any direction. I say it could lean one way, but it could also do the exact opposite, where defense have decided to adapt to their plays and to see where the attack went strong and change that up. Oh, here's the community vote right here. Thank you for that coming through.
Community
you guys
votes.
decided. You think Overt's going to come out on top here and end the series in 2-0. But
Well, at our, if we look at our predictions,
yeah, we think it's going to keep going.
we think it's going to keep going all the way to the end. And
I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see Coastline.
I do want to
why-
see
that's
Coastline
why
as
I'm here.
well. I don't know why you guys don't want to see Coastline, but
Hey,
that's
maybe
on
they
you
want
guys.
to see it, but they just don't think we're going to get there, which is
Well,
possible.
well, that's unfortunate for them because I want to see Coastline.
You want to see it, so you're going to see it. Hey, with the sway that you have with maps, you just send out a tweet, and next thing I know, when we're casting, I have a look at the maps, and sure enough, we're playing the map that you wanted. Who knows? Maybe you have some magical ability where we'll just end up there. It's close,
Maybe.
stares at a wall. I know she's droning, but it's just funny to see that perspective.
Serenity pushing up from that first floor, or even from the basement, I think it was. Nope, the door's open there. Never mind. Ignore me.
But the trio securing the area, allowing people to open up that wall, open up that line of sight, and Bruno just holding that shield like
It
last
is-
one round. It looks like the same push. And
However, Ticked is the first to fall. First time that we've seen the Jaeger survive the first engagement with full health. But that is the smoke off the board. That is big loss for Fallen Angels. Buddha having rotated back onto that concrete shield, or onto that concrete shield. Shots going out and will destroy that Goyo shield, catching Buddha in some of the fire there. Serenity taking some damage on the electricity on the way through. Looking for the rotate, does not quite manage to time it correctly
I think maybe spotted the Goyo.
as Buddha
Maybe.
manages to rotate back into that bunk's location. This time, L's going to be able to get that main breach open from Master and is going to be able to hold the angle, cutting the site in half. Lee takes some damage, probably from Chloe, as it looks like they're having a shootout, sorry, but Buddha falls to Chloe, Az managing to get the trade back onto Avert. Cat's finding Az, and that takes us to a 4v2 in favor of Overt.
Very quick trades out there, but the attack just being able to adapt, as I say, and just knowing exactly what the defense was, and people are just confirming. Watching close back so the plant can come down very soon. I think Cats, the Ash, I was going to say has the diffuser, but it doesn't matter. Serenity ends the round right there. And I think defense really needed to adapt and change in that round, and they didn't. It was the same defense, and attack knew how to attack it. simple as that, really. But,
It was a slightly different take, or a slightly different hold with the.
With the Cade being brought, I think.
Yeah, the Cade being
put
brought.
on. Was it Attic? It was on both walls, I think.
One was on Attic, and I don't know where the other one was.
Yeah, but it did do damage to the attackers pushing through Attic, since Maverick didn't get rid of the claw until they were through, so it did a little bit of damage, but not enough to secure or injure anyone enough to even get the assist on a kill. But I do want to say, separate to all this, I've been watching you cast on your other casting positions, which has been amazing, and it's really showing. Your shout casting, it was, I didn't want to jump in after you kept going. It was amazing. It's really come. It's amazing. I just want to put that in there so everyone else can appreciate it too.
Mostly, I think that is from being able to cast this week in, week out. It's been fantastic, and still going to be here next week for the finals. Still going to be here. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to be here, and we will see another fantastic game, whoever it is. Whether it be we see Overt again, or we see Fallen Angels, or maybe, just maybe we get put onto the mainstream and we get whacked versus the winner of
You
this.
know the rules. When you're
I
good
know.
enough at Bed Wars,
I know.
you can earn your position, but
I'm just bad.
you're just bad. I'm sorry,
I'm
but
ju-
watching you,
I'm just bad.
listening to you cast is actually it's amazing. It's actually really cool to see how quickly you've really caught on to it. Watching you play Bed Wars is terrible, and I never
And
want
I
to do
still
it again.
can't catch on to it.
You don't understand how it works, and it's painful. It's painful, and then I have to sit there. You know, I was gonna say I have to sit there as the only one alive, but I always die first. I'll be honest.
Want to bring the attention there to Buddha, playing very aggressive on that Jaeger, playing dangerous, playing very close to the wind there. Chloe not quite sure where the player is and going to give the feet away potentially to Buddha, looking for that Mozzie of Az. Does find the Mozzie of Az and then gets tagged up a little bit by Buddha, not quite enough to land the kill. The Candela going out and being decimated by the gun of Chloe. Good shot to land it onto the own Candela.
Yes.
Ash of Cat swings and gets taken out by Fallen on the Malusi MP5, proving to be the better gun in that engagement. Peepo holding a vertical angle onto Freezer, making sure that no player from Fallen Angels can rotate back up that way. Fallen already up there, has got the hatch to rotate down if needed. Serenity watching the angle, does rotate down the hatch and get back onto site. 4v4, 55 seconds left on the clock.
For a second, I thought Chloe happened to be underneath in Freezer stairs, and I was shocked at how she got there because the door was still closed, but she wasn't. She was on top. It definitely looks like a Freezer push from this positioning. A split, probably Laundry and Freezer, and that's exactly where it's going right now. 2 going down Freezer stairs, 2 going down Laundry stairs to take that A site positioning and just get the diffuser down, then revert back and hold a bit of a defensive position.
Buddha playing very aggressively in that connecting closet there. Buddha finding L in that laundry, or no, in the Freezer side, leaving Peepo all alone on that push. Serenity taking some shots from that crossfire. Buddha finding one onto Chloe, and don't know who the other one was, but that's okay. We've got more action coming up with Peepo pushing into Freezer. Serenity finding, or being found by Ticked. Buddha finding the kill onto Peepo, and that ends the round.
That does end the round, yeah.
It does end the round.
Yes, L, I do. I do want
A
a
donut. Would be fantastic now.
I want that donut right now, actually. How dare she and not deliver it? I am mad. But a great, you know, it looks like Fallen have their basement defense down. And whenever they can go there, they are going to go there and be able to throw the attack off. The Mozzie being swapped out for Frost, maybe to insinuate, oh, we're going upstairs again. But the Frost just making sure, nope, we're going to hold our kitchen and we're going to make sure there's a kitchen meeting. Yeah, sorry, kitchen dining, not meeting. Yes, so we might see a lot of shower hall defense. Yes, and we do. Right there, the shield going down from Az. And Ticked creating those rotates for whoever is holding shower.
Buddha maybe trying to break that curse that Jaeger has. Did manage to do it last round. We'll see if that that holds up. The Jaeger curse on Fallen Angels.
10 seconds remaining.
I think Buddha's been destroying your curse in the past couple of rounds. I think on this map as well. Buddha's just saying, I've heard your curse, and I'm saying no.
I hear your curse, and I elect to ignore it.
I elect to say
No.
neat.
Neat.
As the round starts, and we're seeing the attackers really put some pressure on that small tower early on to see what's going on over there. The Chloe going in on the drone, and the attackers know no one's in shower right now. Dix hasn't returned back yet, but as I say that, she's back. She's back and she's holding the angle. So if anyone decides to jump in now, they will be met with deadly force of, I assume SMG 11 at that range, but you know, Tix proved me wrong about what is good at what ranges, so who knows?
You never know at that stage. She has got the shotgun out now and just saw the barrel poking through on the observer view. Now takes out the SMG.
But
Chloe does
taking
find
it
Az. And that's the frost off the board. Hopefully the 3 mats have gone down and they're still in play. Trying to peek out that corner. Shield has been pinged. Serenity trying to find the shot onto Ticked, and that downs Ticked. Chloe finding one onto Fallen. And that's going to put the Overt in a 5v1 now with Buddha. Last one left. And that is it.
Cleaning up from outside the window, just ensuring the flawless round. That little circle at the start, I assume as a call of I can see here, or I know there's one here. Some call that was being said at that time. You can tell. You can just
probably Jaeger's off sight's clear. I've got this rotate.
I hear this. I'm here. This is mine. I've got this angle, and then a Jaeger popped out in front.
This angle is mine.
This
is
mine
for
right
me.
now.
My angle. Nobody take it.
As I really wanted to see that rook being kept. If you don't mind. Nope. Okay, she does mind. Nope. Pulse.
Ooh.
Pulse. I'm sensing some security defense, or. Well, there's a lot of soft floors and security in kitchen, so maybe we're just seeing that area. Who knows? Maybe a classroom pulse. I want to see. Az, where are you holding this pulse? All the way down to the basement. They are keeping this hidden. You mentioned on a previous game where as soon as you enter the basement, it's like a portal. You'll pop up somewhere else, and
yes,
Az is hiding. Speaking of magical portals, hiding in Harry Potter underneath the stairs, making sure that no drone spots that pulse.
Look, underneath the stairs, I don't know if she's running into the wall trying to find that platform 9 3/4, but you know, I think it's to hide from the drones and not be seen. And before we get too much into that round, I've done some thinking on your question, and I have some sort of an answer. It's not one player, but rather a couple of players. Fallen, looking like she's going for a spawn peak that doesn't end up eventuating, but nevertheless,
almost went the other way with some damage being taken. If that damage went to the head, that could have been a round over for her very quickly.
The first player is in this lobby. That'd be Ticked, just bringing the destruction with the Flores and bringing the destruction with the shotgun, and that's more to your pride than anything else. Of the SAS shotgun, that is
that's a fair pick.
I've got to say, a weird one from Viking. Just throwing some of those off operators, throwing the Finker LMG, throwing just
the
whatever
LMG,
it is, and
very
making
much
it
LMG player,
and making it work, and that's always beautiful to see. And there was another one off or out of game. The one who brings the most chaos in this entire community has got to be Weasel, proper Weasel.
Without a doubt, honestly.
From Radical Rebels. Buddha finding the opening kill onto Cats, and that is, I think, the first time that we've seen, at least in the last couple of rounds that have been very overt-sided, the opener go towards Fallen Angels.
Yeah, and coming from the Jaeger. I told you, Buddha heard your curse and decided, no, this is mine. I'm going to create the curse. And the curse is they will die to Jaeger.
Depending on how this round plays out, I'm almost going to say that you've managed to lift the curse. Well done. No more curse. I'm not the one that calls the curse, because as soon as I say that, then the curse will probably reinstate itself and rear its ugly head. But nevertheless, Chloe is trying to push into attic. People watching doing some flank watch.
As the Pulse Intel is watching this the whole time, but Buddha needs to run and hide right now as Chloe just completely blinds her. The smoke not able to save Buddha's life, as it is only one defender left on site, and that's Lee, as the rotates come around.
As not managing to be able to tangle with the gun of Peepo. Impact goes out, not quite managing to find any player. Chloe finding the head of Fallen, and that is that for the round.
Nice shot
for
there.
The half of the round as well. Good flick.
Good shot right onto the head. Chloe just destroying with that LMG from Ying. The Ying impact has been great today. I think this must be their plan. Must be their plan. As that's the split, the 6-round split right now. 4 rounds going to overt. They really like this map, and I think that Ying is a part of that strategy to push through the blind, as L needs to go B. That all right.
Thanks for that, Peepo.
Thank you for that information. Oh my lord.
It's just
yeah,
L
so I think
things,
that
apparently.
Ying, and I think that's what makes Overt so strong on this map, is they don't just have defense strategies. A lot of strategies, a lot of, you see teams try around a lot of things. They happen on defense. But if you have some attacking strategies and you can reverse engineer the defense on the fly, you've got a huge strength in your arsenal right there. You've got a cannon in your arsenal when everyone else has BB guns. And
I was waiting for you to say the buzzword of advantage.
No,
But it never eventuated. That just
no, I'm not mainstream.
electing to ignore it.
I'm using what's the I forgot the word. It's a very easy word too. Analogies.
I thought you were going to say you're using 17th century warfare as an analogy for.
I'm using analogies today. That's my new thing. I've decided to use cannons and BB guns. I was thinking of Nerf guns, to be honest. That's what I wanted to say, but BB came out instead. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue.
We're going to a very
Sorry.
different take, looks like, from Fallen. Putting more stock into the take from the Master.
You saw Overt bringing a Maverick every single round, no matter what, because there was always use for it. If they were downstairs, the hatches got opened. If they were upstairs, the Walker got opened. They don't even have to worry about taking out any jammers or anything like that. But instead, Fallen elect to bring the Twitch, as Serenity takes out the Sledge really early with a pistol. I assume there was a down before that.
Yes.
Yes,
There was a down.
Okay.
But I did go into that down state before Serenity just walked over and put her out of her misery just a little bit. That breach is going to be a Rooney laser gated off, so the defenders will have a bit of knowledge as to when the attackers are going to be making that push.
And you saw, again, with Overt, the comparison between the two pushes is very, very clear right here. You've got the Maverick hole along the bottom, which allows the line of sight the whole way through Attic from stairs, a nice secure angle, almost a little bit of a hedge glitchy angle. But Fallen Angels don't have that. With a Habana, you can't create that angle as securely or as easily. So the push will come if the push comes from Attic. If that's not all a distraction, the push will be a lot harder. But as I say that, Fallen taking Serenity off the board, that's no more Roma coming out from the defense, but the push from Attic does come out as the air jabs also come out.
Well, he was trying to show as this is how the shotgun works, but unfortunately it didn't work, and as goes down to a shot off screen. Or it might have been a frost mat, actually, looking at that animation
that
through
animation
the wall.
Looks like a frost mat. And Tick.
That is going to be a shot from Ticked onto the head of Chloe. That's the smoke off the board with one smoke babe, I think, left in the back pocket. Flashes going out to clear the Aruni gate. Does manage to, and attackers win that from a very underside. Oh. Whoa, okay. Just jumped over the frost map.
And Peepo's not happy about that at all. Peepo is just not having any part of it. Getting out of there. Getting out. No.
I think that was a technical glitch.
I think it was. No, it was definitely no rage coming out there. But Ticked and Lee, the shots coming out from both of them, just thought, we've got to frag out. And they did. They did.
That they did. They did frag out, and that's what you want to see when you're. I think it was 2v4 at one stage, and you was a diffuser in someone's pocket, or was a diffuser down, and they just went, screw it, we're going in for kills.
And it worked. It worked. Like, I mean, you don't want to ever win an attack like that. You want to be able to have the advantage, as you were talking about before, the whole way through, or at least earn the advantage through your attack, taking out bits and pieces here and there. But at some points, you've got to think, well, screw it. I'm walking in. I'm gonna have to win with aim. And Lee and Ticked were able to do that in every engagement. Ticked just thought, oh, you put a frost mat here? No, it's all right. I'm going to just avoid that. If you run fast enough, you can jump over it. And that's what happened there. There was
didn't know that it was there and just decided, you know
I
what?
think so.
I'm going to jump it, and got very, very lucky.
Yeah, I don't think she knew it was there, and just you usually attack Attic a lot slower. You slow peek the door, then you slow peek the rotate, and then you drop down and move along. But with that little time left, you don't have time to slow peek anything. You just go for it. You just sprint. And
most people do not full
advantage.
sprint off that ledge. Most people do not full sprint off that ledge.
Tick is not most people. That is for sure.
I think, yeah, for that answer that I gave earlier, Ticked is definitely on that short list for, I guess, most chaotic
people are
player.
really earning your top spot. By the end of the day, you keep thinking about it. You narrowed it down to 3 people. You've got to pick your top spot. Yeah, I
don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Yeah, you had a week. All right, look,
I sort of picked it.
I'll give you this. I'll give you this. All right, next week I'll come back on the stream and I will answer your question on stream.
I won't be there next week.
Yeah, but you'll be watching.
Oh, that's mean.
I'm making sure that we get you watching and get you participating in chat.
If I am physically able to, I will join the call. And just they won't hear me, but you will. But yes, we'll discuss that when we can. I'm still certain that the game will be won from attack, from how the teams can adjust, and I think Fallen played really, really well right there. But that wasn't
specifically Tick.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
We're ready for syndicate deploy. Reinforcements in place. Couriers in place. Laying out the welcome mat. Initiate jammer. Yes. Razor wire going up. Syndicate armed. Reload. Reinforcing.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to insertion. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Using shield. Reinforced. Reinforcing device set.
Located a bomb. Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Be a 3-minute delay, but something may have happened to our mics. But we'll keep talking like that there, as Serenity takes out Az and allows for the. Oh no, the plant is not going down. Diffuser is still left in attic as Fallen has to pick it up, rotate around, and decides to frag out instead.
Does
for a little
manage to take out Peepo there.
No time
Serenity is
left,
down, no time left. Unfortunately, pulled off the diffuser at the last second, so as not to be knifed by whoever was playing the Frost that I cannot remember the name of right now.
There was some blood coming out of that though from the.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
No bunker
We didn't
push happened.
see, any even thought of looking
Yeah.
at pushing that angle, but
Attackers, locate.
it was almost as if Fallen had read that a little bit, gone, we're not going to set up for the full bunker elbow hold, we're just going to set up for the other sides. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. Had some long nights. You're a party animal. We all know. As the Fallen Angels do the opposite of what we were just talking about, and seem to mostly spawn construction, get some pressure on that bunker. But Cats had the angle through that wall, but Buddha answering back, taking out Serenity. That is no more Jaeger. It looks like the curse is back on, but for Overt, Buddha's just the only one who can avoid that. But that's a trade. No more Nomad, no more Jaeger.
Smoke Babe coming out once again. Flashes to burn these ADSs so that a nade from the Maverick can take out that shield. Chloe now forced to play very close to the wall. Use the third Smoke Babe with just under 2 minutes remaining in this round.
I think as well that those ADSs were still live. That was a amazing nade right there from Buddha to just keep it right out of range of those ADSs, but still be close enough to. Wow, the bait! Did you just see that? Cats
Buddha
was
went
reinforcing while Chloe was proning, so Buddha had the sound cue that someone was falling back and pushed.
as does manage to find the trade back onto L, and it leaves us in a 3v3, but as on a very low amount of health, but Chloe on even lower as Lee takes her out, taking it to a 2v3 in favor of Fallen Angels. Peepo holding a very tight angle into Freezer, or from Freezer into Pipes. Fallen going down to Cats on that MP5 again, deadly.
Not a lot of health to go around for the side of the attackers. 2v2 health leaning to the side of the defenders, which generally you want in this situation, but Lee did really crack off with those frag heavy kills right now, and does so again, but now it's a 1v1 Lee on Peepo, who it will take this out as Lee has to grab the diffuser, or already has the diffuser, sorry, and has to put that down. bait coming out as it stops. Pipo knows it's not down in default position, but has to swing on the angle right now. The knee's spotted, and Pipo is able to clear that out for Overt. Bringing, I think that's the 6th round, and for side of Overt.
I saw Lee run over to the default and then run immediately back to that off-plant location, almost as if to draw out where Pipo was, but didn't quite fall off the diffuser fast enough to get the shots onto Pipo, or didn't want to take the gunfight and thought, you know what, she's not going to push me. I'm safe for now.
Yeah. Oh, please, one of them has to stay. One of them has to stay.
It's going to be Warden.
No, it's going to be Tachanka. Chloe did pick Tachanka. So I am very excited to see what happens here. On another note, I think we may be getting replaced very soon. As our mics went out, Shiv and Sarah from the chat seemed to take over casting and just shoutcast in chat for us, which was very we are thankful for that. But Alex is seeing if there's another caster duo among us, so we may get replaced. We have lost our jobs. We need to step it up a bit.
Are we actually muted right now?
No, I don't think we're muted anymore, but we were.
Oh, okay.
I'm definitely not okay. Well, hopefully it keeps going through.
Maybe they're just messing with you, and
no, it was before, I think, for a little bit. I'm not sure.
Maybe they're just messing with you, and it's all in your head that this is one of your, your worst nightmares. You're going casting, it's all going fantastically, and you're just muted the entire time. Nobody heard your beautiful calls. Nobody heard your beautiful voice saying things about the plays and the players.
You know what? I'm all right with that. Because it's just like I get to watch the games just like everyone else, but 3 to 4 minutes earlier, so I can react before they can react. That's fine by me. I get special privileges.
At the same time, you get replaced, and someone else comes onto the community cast.
That is a Tachanka spawn peak right there from Chloe. And able
that's a
to
fuse.
convert.
It's a fuse as well.
Yes, I thought you knew. I didn't want to like.
No, I didn't. I was too distracted by the Tachanka.
Yes, no, we're seeing both the Russians right there, well, both the amazing Russians. And that's no more Nomad. That's no air jabs at all for the side of Angels as the Tachanka.
Is that a fuse? A shield fuse?
Yes, it is.
That's even better than
you are
regular
getting
fuse.
A treat this round. This is the
Tachanka v fuse.
The fire coming out. No coming inside right there right now. Tachanka is, oh my god, he's amazing. He is like smoke now with the update, alright? So he's got flames, which acts basically as entry denial. You can't walk through them because it will hurt just a little bit. As Cats confirms the kill on Fall, and that is taking out the sledge. No vertical play coming out from her right now, and everything just looks, I was going to say, looks like it's turning up Overt, but as fighting back, taking out the Tachanka, sadly for us.
From behind the crouched shield of Buddha comes the 308 Vector of Az.
As it looks like Cats is just sitting in the corner, waiting, and there it is, the shot over the shield. If you're too close, your head is still exposed, and Serenity comes to back up Cats upstairs. Well, there's a shot that can happen right there, but they don't know about it. And that's it. That's the series. That's Overt moving on to the grand final. That happened so quickly in the end. This was their map. They picked it. They owned it. Right here, everyone is our grand finalists. One of the confirmed grand finalists right now. Wow. We won't be seeing Coastline, unfortunately, but Serenity and Clo, both maps stayed in double digits. Two digits on their
stayed attack. Very consistent in just being a powerhouse for Overt.
Even their stats really back that up. They were the powerhouses on stats, on paper, and they showed it in-game.
Absolutely, and kudos to Fallen Angels for putting up a fantastic fight there against Overt, but Today it was just Overt's day. They really brought it today, and after the few shaky starts, Angels getting
definitely.
some early leads early on, but it's almost as if Overt needed to feel them out and see what they were going to do, how they were going to play it, and then
Strat.
adapt their own strategy to best fit that, and not necessarily counter strat, but adapt to best fit the playstyle.
I think after the last time that Fallen and Overt faced each other, Fallen came out on top, and Overt were not very happy about that. They were very disappointed in their playstyle, as you would be in any loss, but since it was so close, and they really wanted to prove to themselves and everyone else that they could definitely go on to the next stage, and here it is. Here's the scores. They really obviously worked hard for this game, and it is showing. This is a fired up Overt team. This is a fired up team who are ready to take the finals and who they want to take on whoever their other opposition is. I'm not sure if the games are finished yet or how things are going, but they want to earn that 1,500 among them. They want to prove to everyone and themselves how good they are, and this is what we saw today.
They're really, really hungry for that win, and we could see that today in their gameplay. And Angels really, they pushed them for it. They
did.
You want that? You want that win? You got to work for it. We're not going to just let you have that. You're going to work for it, and we're going to make you work for it. And that they did, bringing Consulate of all maps, and really, I guess it was trying to throw them off and throw that little bit of.
It did for the first part of the match. It took a while for Overt to get on their feet. I thought Overt really didn't know where to go from there, and I wasn't sure if they were able to learn and to adapt, but they did. They did. We saw what happened. They did. But
it was just as you said. It was just as you said. Look, they're going to need to adapt, and then they adapted. They did it.
I wasn't
perfect
certain.
timing.
The first round,
Perfect
I thought,
timing.
It's just Garage. I don't know if it's full adaptation yet. We'll see. In the second round, they got it back, and the third round, I thought, okay, maybe they've adapted now. Maybe we can actually call it here that they know how to attack this now, and that continued the whole way through. Again, when they switched to defense, it took them a while to get on their feet. They didn't know exactly how the attacking side would react to certain things. They didn't know exactly where to put the pressure on or where to hold the pressure from, and it took them a couple. It went to 5-7. So it was very close. It almost went into overtime, but they just pushed it through. They went 2-0, and oh god, I really wish I was here to see them next week. As everyone's probably heard by now, I'm not going to be here next week. I am going to be unavailable, and I will be watching along with everyone else. But I'm so excited.
I'll be here.
Yeah, Killer
I'll be
will
here.
and I'm gonna be. I'm so jealous. But I'll probably be. I won't be able to type and chat, but I'll be there. I'll be here in spirit, and I'll be cheering on with everyone.
Surely you'll be able to put in a couple of types in chat.
I'm thinking about sort of the area I'll be and how I'll be, and I'll probably have it up on the big screen. So
stick it in chat anyway. Just have your mobile open beside you with chat open, and then
I'll figure something out. I'll be there.
Yeah, good.
But it's gonna be. We knew at the start that we're gonna see some amazing matches, and we got exactly that. I am a little disappointed that we didn't see Coastline, but that final round sort of made up for it a little bit. Seeing a Fuse, seeing a Tachanka, almost seeing a Warden. Did see one earlier on.
Did see the Lion as well.
The Lion, I think Lion's being brought a lot more now, especially with these aggressive attacking sides of we know where someone is, we're going to push them now. Either they've got to move and make noise, or they die because we know exactly where they are. You can't really fight that, especially paired with a Ying. So props to Chloe bringing that Ying on the attack, which was very, very influential.
That was almost oppressive use of the Ying there, but it wasn't from the Candelas that she was oppressive. It was from just having 80 rounds in the mag to just put down range into the players of Fallen Angels. Just you don't need to reload at that point. You just
You
sort of
don't need
keep
to. You
keep
love
shooting.
LMGs. Anything that
Yeah.
has more than,
Yep.
let's say, 50 bullets, yeah, it's down your alley. But it is. I'm sorry. I can't let this get past you because I'm going to put you on the spot. You've got to make a decision. You've narrowed it down to 3 people. I'm not going to let you escape.
You're not
I
going to let
think
me
I'm
escape.
not going to let you escape. I think we all want to know. I want to know, and I think everyone else wants to know. You know exactly who
I'm
and why. We know chaos is the answer.
Chaos is the answer. Chaos is always the
for
answer.
you. But
It depends with which energy the chaos is brought. Is it a calculated chaos that Ticked brings, or is it just absolute gremlin energy that is Weasel? Either one is just fantastic.
all right, I think
But
just
there
every
we go.
chaotic. There it is. Yep. Every anyone who wants to get on your good side just needs to throw someone for a loop, and it's straight down your alley.
Oh yeah, it makes me happy. It makes me happy seeing that.
Yeah, for sure. I wish the games went over. I kind of wish we did go to Coastline. They were great maps to watch, but yeah, Over really earned that. They pushed and pushed, and the second map, there was a few minor hiccups, but they controlled majority of that map. That was their match. They knew it going in. They picked the map. They obviously love the map, and you can see why.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think bringing that or banning that clash was another tactical decision there, because those long corridors, you can almost see where Overt would have been running that clash in that basement hold or in wherever they were running it. Just the clash would have been very oppressive on the defensive side, as was the Ying on the offensive side.
Hopefully we'll see it next week. Maybe there won't be a clash ban. Touch wood. I want to see it played. If it's in a grand final, oh my lord. No, but on a very sort of quieter level, individually, every player on Overt and every player in the game played exceptionally well. They completed their role. So Cats, L, Serenity, Peepo, Chloe, they're gonna really earn it in the next week. They're gonna push. So congratulations to you girls. You deserve that win. As I'm sure you know by now, you guys destroyed it. Had a bit of a rocky start, but yeah.
Now, next week, have we got the results from the other stream?
Hopefully, we might be going into overtime. If so, we could, but we don't know. You won't be seeing the grand final live. You'll be casting, but you'll be seeing Fallen back here against Rens.
Yes, and Fallen v Rens that'll be a good match to watch, just as Quacked versus Overt will also be a good match to watch. The grand final, will we see Overt take a map away from Quacked? First time in this season.
Quacked haven't dropped one. Yeah, that is, I think it would be gut-wrenching for Quack to, if they happen to lose a map, if they happen to lose a round, not a round, but like take down a map, that it happens in the grand final. That would be terrifying. And Overt want that to happen. They want to go 2-0 against them. So the only losses that Quacked have is in the grand final. That would build them up so much and just prove how good that they can be. Both teams will have to be in their best performance going up against each other, which I'm sure we'll see. All the teams right now in the finals are amazing teams who I believe have spent quite a while, the past couple of weeks, preparing for these playoffs, as they knew that, Quacked and Overt knew that they made playoffs a while ago. Rens were and Fallen very strong teams who were a bit closer to the edge towards the end, but sort of knew that they could earn their spot and definitely did. So the practice has been coming in for these finals right now.
And with the almost the warm-up game, I think it was last week between Overt and Fallen, or was it the week before? Either one. With Fallen winning it, that almost set up the scene for that fantastic game that was a lot closer than the scoreline does show.
Yeah, I think we mention a lot, but especially in Siege, like that is how things go. You can have a huge match that ends up going even 7-0, but those rounds are insanely close the whole way through. Generally, that will happen in 7-4s, 7-3s, that you'll see during the game. It's actually a lot closer than it feels. But
And
yeah,
that just is one of the things of Siege. You do have to watch and tune in to know exactly how close the game is. So,
Oh,
on
Lord.
that note, next week, come along for, I think it'll be one of those two games that I will be a part of casting, but
You've got to
most
win Bed
likely, due to my
inability.
Bed Wars prowess or lack thereof, it'll be Rens versus Fallen Angels. And look, I do enjoy watching the way that Rens play and all of Fallen Angels as well. I really enjoy. It'll be a good one.
It will be. I'll be watching it. I won't be there. That's sad. But yeah, that's actually making me really sad that I'm not going to be here to cast it. Finally, right at the end. But
next season. Next season.
Well, hopefully, unless
season.
Alex really wants to kick me out. Please don't. I swear, I'll do better. But until next week. Until next season. That's me. I'm done. But until next week, you can follow Kilo. I will always say he talks a lot about this weird place on Villa that doesn't exist. But aside from that, he's pretty good over on Twitter. So you can go over there. He's been casting a lot more recently. So if you want to see some really amazing games from a whole range of players and tournaments, they'll be on his Twitter. They'll be everywhere.
I'll be posting them up on Twitter. So if you want to come along and follow my, I guess, descent into this madness of casting, then come along, follow my Twitter, and same thing, follow Alska. He's a great guy, lovely guy, and get updates on whatever he's managing to do.
I don't know, whatever I do, daily stuff.
Where he is next week.
Where I am next week. Yeah, that'll be on there. I'll put a lot on there, but I think it's always good to say, and we all need to hear it. Everyone needs to stay safe in these times. Personally, for us in Melbourne, where our lockdown is lifting, remember there still are restrictions. Follow those. Be safe. Be smart. Everywhere else, I don't know how the rules are, but just stay safe. You guys know what to do.
Follow them.
Follow whatever they are. If we all stick together and do what we're meant to, we can get through it.
No, don't stick together. That's not what we want to do. Social distance.
Spiritually. I mean, spiritually. Just work together from a distance, from afar, in your own house. Then we'll get through it. But most importantly, stay safe. Enjoy your week. And be back here next week for the grand final. It's going to be amazing. Looks like a frost mat.
That is going to be a shot going out to clear the Aruni gate. Does manage to, and attackers win that from a very...
Whoa! Located a bomb. Attackers bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Still be close enough to... Wow, the bait.